All right, guys, this is your private option hacker tutorial going over some trades, some trade setups for today. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do this this week, and I'm gonna do it next week. And I'm just gonna come in here, guys. I'm just gonna take out Option Hacker, and I'm gonna go through everything that I think about when I see these trades going across the tape. So let me just go through them right now. I just wanted to see what these are. Okay, so let me bring up Option Hacker. And I'm just going to go straight through these. And I know a lot of people have said, wow, AK, this is really helping me a lot with my trading with Option Hacker. Okay. So first trade we saw of the day was Dean Foods. Okay. A trader bought 1,000 DF August 16 calls for, oh, you received the Option Hacker hat? Great. 35 cents. Okay. When I talked about this trade and I announced this for the trading room, I know some traders were long AUG 17 puts. And I said, not only is Option Hacker good for long setups, short setups, but you can also get out of trades, okay? Out of trades. So when this trade hit the tape, I know some of our subscribers actually took it, and I said, hey, I wouldn't take it as a long, but what I would do if I was short, I would be getting out of Dean Foods here. Dean Foods went straight higher. Straight higher. Okay, I didn't think it was a good setup, but it went straight higher. So Dean Foods went up. Whoop, woo. These calls went up 400% in value. Okay, so these went to $1.35. Good for 400%. My thing's not working. Okay. So this was a good trade, but I would have used it if I had a short position on Dean Foods. I would have got out of Dean Foods. So that was the first one. Next one, JONE. Okay. And we saw some OC5s being bought. Okay. So how do I look at this signal? What I don't like about this trade is two things right off the bat. Okay. First of all, they're in the money calls, right? If you thought about the break even, $5 plus 95 cents minus where the stock is trading, 587. So these are basically 100 delta calls. It is short stock restricted and is below the cloud. I like to take out of the money options. I get better ROI, return on investment. Just curiously, let's see where JONE went after that trade. Okay, stock did rally about 11 cents. So it was another winning trade, but I did not take it. These were 100 delta options. Okay, stock did rally though. Okay, next trade. I'm gonna have to. Okay, Triple M. And I said, and I announced this to my subscribers in the trading room, Triple M, if it was not labeled a buy right, I would have bought some of these. Okay, what do we see? Buy right, and we went over what that means. That means technically 1-to-1 versus stock. Okay, so a buy right technically means 1-to-1 with stock. So if it wasn't a buy right, I would have bought some of these Triple M's. Curiously, where did Triple M go? It went up 30 cents. Is there a reason why Option Hacker picks up buy rights even though the traditional trading plan does do nothing for buy rights? Yeah, I mean, I could remove them. There's not really that many buy rights that hit Option Hacker. So if I wanted to, I could remove them. I have left them in there for now. If there's a bunch I don't like, then I will remove them. Okay. Next trade of the day. And I talked about this and I flagged this to my subscribers in the trading room. This was the best signal of the day. Okay. Why was this the best signal of the day? Okay. Trader bought 1,386 cake, which is Cheesecake Factory, September, 55 puts for 90 cents. Okay. Couple things here. Number one, I don't like that it's above the cloud. Okay. So that is one thing I don't like. So as a beginner trader, this is not a good trade, okay? Because it's above the clouds. Let me X that out, okay? But what I do like, guys, is I like that sweep and I like that opening position. Also, we added this feature about a week ago. It was 12 times usual volume. So at that point of time, Cake only trades about 130 options in a day, and it traded 1,400 on one single print. And then I wrote market color about 10 minutes later, and I said, I bought 100 of these for 95. Even though the chart is strong, I think this is a good signal to be short side. Okay, everything that hits OptionHacker is a signal. It is a bullish or bearish signal. Okay, doesn't mean it's going to work, but is a bullish or bearish signal. So if you go into here and look at my P&L here in Cake, my P&L, I bought 100 of these. I've already hit 3 targets here, and my profitability is up $2,400. So I took 2 trades that hit OptionHacker today. That's it, 2, and I made $2,500 profit. Okay, we'll go over another one that I took. It was CRE. So I took a trade in CRE. So I took 2 trades today. So I took CRE today, and I took this one. So I thought this was a good trade. Okay, I thought this was a good trade. As you can see, my profitability. Okay, let's go to the next trade. Okay, FDX. See a trader buying FDX, and FDX is in the same camp as UPS. You know, sometimes the trades works, sometimes they don't work so well. So if we see here, so we see an FDX, a trader bought 2,113 for 106. It is below the cloud, but again, that's sweep and opening position. So I thought this was a really good signal. So when I see this going across the tape, and I was like, hey, this is a really good signal. What do I want to do? Okay, well, I wanted to take a trade. So I went into FDX and I said, hey, I want to buy some of these calls. Let's see if I can get filled on like a 50 lot. And they already moved in value. Okay, these are next week calls. These are next week. Where are these? Oh, they're this week calls. These are the 170s. Okay, and when I went in here, these things already moved to 122 bid. Okay, they actually sold off at the end of the day. The way I personally trade, okay, if I don't get filled, I don't leave a resting bid there. Okay, so these traded here for 106. These traded 106. And I thought it was an opportunity to buy them. And as you can see my market color here, because I wrote market color, another great signal in FDX, but these calls are already 121 bid. Okay, and the stock actually sold off about 23 cents. So I would have purchased these. Okay, I would have purchased these, but they moved too quickly. Okay, and someone says, you know, hey, Kay, what would I want to pay on these? You know, I use like a 10-cent rule. When that signal hits, I'll pay up to 115. Okay. If that signal hits, I will pay 115. I will not pay more than 115. Okay. And we say this a lot of times. You know, someone's like, oh, what is, a possible, how much would I possibly want to pay? And, I think about, 10%. I usually use it a 10% rule. And remember, guys, when you're trading, that those weekly options, as we talk about over and over again, have highest gamma, highest theta, highest risk, highest reward. Let me repeat that. The weekly options have highest risk, highest reward, highest gamma, highest theta. So actually, you can make or lose money very, very quickly. Okay. I know I lost money in GoPro. I got lucky, I guess, because I added to my GoPro position when the stock was going higher. But just keep in mind, guys, $500 of risk in the weekly options is different than $500 of risk all the way till January 2015. So always keep an eye on the front month options. I don't try to pay too much for these options. Maybe I would have paid up to 115 on the FDX. Okay, I would have paid up to 115 on FDX, but I wouldn't have paid more than 115. Okay, so I thought that was a good signal. I wrote market color. So I have the right to write, I can write market color about anything. Okay. As stuff trades throughout the day, if I think there's a good setup, I will write market color in there for you guys. Hey, I think this is a good signal. And what I started doing in the trading room, which I think a lot of subscribers have really liked, I've been saying, hey, this is the best bullish signal of the day. This is the best bearish signal of the day. And then I'll change it as I think different signals going across the tape. Okay. So FTX, I would have participated. I personally do not leave a resting bid out there. I just say, hey, you know what? I missed this trade. There will be another trade soon, but I'm not participating in this trade. I missed it. Time to move on to the next trade. Okay. So let's go to the next trade here. So then we go to LRCX. Okay. Not that big of an order. 1,000 lot. Okay, LRCX. I thought this was okay. These actually went up a little bit in value. One thing I like is opening. It was only 2.6 times usual volume. 1,000 lots not the biggest trade in the world. And then I see here it is below the cloud. That's why I didn't take it. Okay, below the cloud, I don't want to take it. Okay, next signal here is CRE. CRE here. I bought these puts for 58. Below the cloud, sweep opening position. This is basically the perfect trade you want. 8.8 times usual volume. They're sweeping them, opening below the cloud. That flags everything I want for a trade. However, when I went to CRE, I noticed they have earnings tomorrow morning. Okay, so I don't know if they're buying puts against a long stock position. If this was not a earnings trade, I would have stayed in these. I can go to my P&L. I bought 50 of these. I did hit target one, and then I just took the rest off for a scratch. So here in CRE, you can see I made a whopping 70 bucks. And they actually went up in value. Look at that. They were bid for 1,000 at the end of the day. So maybe you want to buy a put spread in CRE. I can remember this and maybe buy a put spread in CRE, but I didn't take a trade. Yeah, above and below the cloud is on the daily. Red Robin, another earnings trade. Sweep means they're buying them from every exchange. So Red Robin and then TTWO were both earnings trades. James is our earnings master. So TTWO and Red Robins were both earnings trades. If I had to trade something, I would have traded them both to the short side for earnings based on those bearish signals, and actually see TTWO down in the after hours. Okay, a couple more to look at here. CAR. I do not know why this hit. It says less than. I don't know why this one hit. It says it's less than 1 times usual volume. It says less than 1 times usual volume. It says 0.5 times usual volume. The cloud information is a real time saver. I don't have to look anymore. Yeah, the cloud is really, really helpful. A lot of people seem to like it. Someone just tweeted that they got their King of the Market t-shirt. CERX, next one. We actually didn't get that many signals today. CERS. I don't like to buy 5-cent calls, 20-cent calls. You know, it's so hard to make money on these because the stock's only $5. Okay, so the stock's only $5. Stock popped 10 cents. Let's see where the calls went. So these didn't even move in value. So, you know, buying options in $5 stocks is really, really hard, guys. Buying options in $5 stocks is really, really hard. So CERS here, you know, I didn't have any desire to take these. It's just hard to make money. I mean, this stock's barely going to move. Today it had a 25-cent range. I like to take stocks that have big ranges. Okay, so I didn't think CERS was a viable option today. All right, next one. Joy Global, guys. Joy, I thought was actually a pretty good signal. September calls. You know, if I want to buy Joy calls, I have to think that the low is in for oil. Okay, and I bet these probably worked out. I actually didn't even see where these went in value. I think these probably worked. So let's look at Joy SEP 30/28. I know I was short Joy October puts, and I sold those all. So the SEP 28s were bought for 97 cents. And they're up to about 105. So if you took Joy, it would be a small winner. You know, I trade so much and I watch so many charts and I look at so much at night. I know Joy's chart is really, really bad. Possible short-term bottom is in. So if I thought Joy's bottom was in, then I'd probably be buying these. They could be buying these against a short stock position. This could be a stock replacement. You know, after hitting a 52-week low 2 days ago, it's hard for me to fathom or imagine that Joy Global is going to go higher. Just me. Okay. So Joy, that's a personal trade. You know, if I thought the bottom was in for oil, I'd want to participate. If I didn't think the bottom was in for oil, I wouldn't want to participate. CAR, again, I don't know why those hit. So these should not have hit. I'll have to email Henry. This should not have hit, and this is not a hit. Okay, three more signals for today. CIN, we saw some put activity. We actually saw both activity. We saw call and put activity. So CIN, you know, some things hit OptionHacker that I see things that hit trade alert. Let me put in CIN. So CIN, we actually saw calls being bought and puts. Okay. So these are really hard when the markets are 1 penny wide. No, I went over TTWO. I said I would have taken TTWO for short for earnings. I said TTW and RRGB were both shorts for earnings. So CIN, we see call and put activity. Okay. When I see call and put activity, I don't have to make a trade. Okay. So I see call and put activity in CIN. So just because you saw the puts hit OptionHacker doesn't mean it's a good trade. Next one, Caesars. You know, these are $2 away from being in the money, and they expire in 10 days. So, you know, usually it's something like this is a really good signal because we're opening, we're below the cloud, but these are $2 out of the money. Look at that. They're the 6 puts. So $2 out of the money. And so if I look at Caesars, you know, the stock has to go to 560 for me to make money on this trade. Stock was up 11% today. You know, when we see unusual option activity in stocks that move a lot, I think it's not as good. So Caesars here, I mean, if you look at it too, since it made a low at $3.30, look at this, guys, right here. Okay, if it's green, that means the close is higher than the open. If it's red, that means the close is lower than the open. As we see here in Caesars, it looks like 11 of the last 12 days, the stock has rallied from open to close. So 11 of the last 12 days, the stock has rallied from open to close. So, and the fact that it's $2 out of the money makes me say to myself, I have no desire to take this trade at all. Okay. NMFC. Oh, actually, I didn't go over that one. Let me go over that one. So NMFC. Okay. When I look at this, I know within seconds that this is a takeover stock. Okay. October 15th, either it's a takeover stock or the stock doesn't trade at all. Like it doesn't move at all. OC 15s when the stock is trading $14.95. That means the straddle's 30 cents for October. So I know this is a takeover stock, or I know the stock doesn't move at all. I mean, I don't even need to look it up. I know the stock doesn't move or it's a takeover. I mean, the stock has not got, yeah, I mean, it doesn't move at all. Stock has an ATR of 20 cents. 15 would be my break even. It's a waste of, it's chasing a bad trade here. There's no reason for me to take this trade. Stock doesn't move at all. Okay, we got, what else we got? We have ROC, okay. ROK. Couple reasons I don't like this trade. We talk about this all the time. It's really hard to make money on a $3.30 option. You know, what's my first target going to be? 360, then 390, then 420, then 450. I would rather take cheaper priced options. And also we see it labeled as a spread. So a couple of reasons why I didn't take ROK. Let me bring up ROK and see what it's. Stock probably did sell off. Actually, it was unchanged. So I don't like it as a spread, and I don't usually really participate in $3.30 options. So $3.30 options, also labeled as a spread. Last one is ALLY, January 20 puts. You know, we always have to line up the option with how much stock trades in a day. So this controls the right but not obligation to short 250,000 shares of stock. So if I go to ALY, I want to know how much stock trades in a day. And I think it trades a lot. ALY. And it trades 2.6 million shares in a day. So relative to how much stock trades in a day, it's not a big order. Okay. So if you look and it's like, wow, it's a big order. Okay, it's 13 times usual volume. It's an opening position. Maybe it's a good trade. But you look and it only controls 10% of how much stock trades in a day. It only controls about 10% of stock trades in a day. Let me just bring up a chart here of ALOY on the daily. Very neutral looking chart here. So we have about, it probably went through pretty well. We have about 3 minutes. What was the clue for cake? I took 2 trades and I made 2,500 off OptionHacker. Cake. I liked cake because it was, besides the opening of the cloud, I didn't like that. Above the cloud. The things I did like, sweep opening, and 12 times usual volume. Sweep opening and 12 times sweep opening and 12 times usual volume. So that and that. Boom and boom. And I already hit 3 targets here. I still have a position on. Yeah, 12 is good. You know, it has to be a minimum of 2.0 to hit OptionHacker. So like this one barely hit. This should not have hit. I don't know why that one did hit. Sweep. Sweep means they're buying it from every exchange. Sweep means they're buying it from every exchange. You know, CRE was 23. No, Cree was 8. The higher the better. The higher the better. Yeah, CERS. You know, it's hard to make money on a $5 stock, especially when there's 10 DTE days until expiration. If I pay 20, where am I going to sell them? 25, 30, 35, 40. If I pay 20 and I sell it at 25, I pay 2 pennies of commission, so I really don't even make any money. Yeah, it's hard to get in and out of the position. Exactly, Fred. Exactly. Oh, and this is funny. Some guy just sent an article about puts in ALOY. This guy has a free newsletter, and I have to. And he wrote puts about AOI. Maybe he's an OptionHacker subscriber. It's funny. We put out the best trades. You're long 100,000 shares of CERS. Wow. All right, guys. Does anybody have any other questions at all? This is hopefully help you understand OptionHacker. This is your private mentoring session for 8/10/2015. We will once again do this again next week. If you guys have any questions, think of questions over the weekend. If there's trades that go across the tape, what I would do is copy and paste it into a Word document. Judith, I will look into that. I will look into increasing the font. You know what? I think you can increase it on your own. Look at that. So if you put Control plus Judith, if you do Control plus Judith, it will increase the font. Control minus decreases the font. So we don't even have to do anything. Do you see that, Judith? Hold on Control plus. That increases the font. How do you get access to the daily trading room? That is a separate service. That is a separate service. All right, thanks, guys. Everybody have a great night. I'll see you guys back in the private OptionHacker mentoring session next week. Everybody have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning in the trading room. Hey, you.